Welcome to the Courts of the Bantu. Another day, another week. You're going to be watching this way after I have recorded it. And today I'm going to be doing the Real Housewives of Potomac. There are so many cast members. I'm probably going to do 2 videos, right? Because there are too many cast members. So I'm going to do each and every cast with their partners. I'm going to do Karen Huger and Ray, Robyn and Juan, Ashley and Michael, Monique and Chris, Candice and Chris, and Wendy and Edward. I've only just watched 2 episodes of the current Real Housewives of Potomac because we don't have it in Canada, and I have to pay for it to get it from the United States, and bitch ain't gonna do that. Bitch is trying to buy a house, okay? So bitch ain't gonna do that. So I haven't watched all of it, and hopefully with time it will just flood the internet as usual, and I'll be one of those illegal people who watch it illegally. So I really don't know what's going on over there. So what I'm gonna do is just a character analysis, and I'm gonna pick up what I can pick up, and I hope you guys enjoy it because this is for your entertainment as well as mine. Okay, so shall we begin? Karen Huger and Ray. So I'm going to read Karen first, and then I'm going to read her relationship. And then, hopefully from reading her, we'll see how she is with the other ladies. Alrighty? Karen. 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 This is a tough cookie. She is exactly as she portrays herself in Real Housewives of Potomac. She is a tough cookie. She doesn't break down easily. She holds it together. She says because she's a lady. She says, I am a lady. I ain't about that business, right? She has amazing self-control. She is absolutely adored by her real friends and Monique. Monique came in here. Monique is a real friend to this woman. She came up. She is absolutely adored. She is their pillar. They lean on her. Monique must be having some marital issues because she says she's helping me in my marriage. Monique is extremely clingy to Karen. Fascinating. I didn't know that. Like literally, Monique is very clingy. Karen was meant to be a mother of many, but she only had 2 because she said she could only handle 2. Motherhood is not her thing. She says my kids are more like my friends than me being the mother. She didn't have 2 kids. Did you have 2 kids? Well, she's quiet. Okay. There's something about one of her kids, okay? Let me just leave it. Because I said, no, you don't have to. Yeah, there's something about one of her kids, okay? They may not have come from her belly. Let's just put it that way. Because she kept quiet right away. She zipped it up, zippity, doodah. A secret that she's not going to share. So she's a very even-tempered lady. Extremely even-tempered. She has moments of depression. She feels very alone. And she feels very lonely because she keeps a lot to herself. She is a lady who is about her business. She doesn't really go into anyone else's business. She's frustrated. She's got a much younger soul than her age, and she seems to spend more time with younger women because we watch her on Real Housewives of Potomac. But right here in this plate, she has a group of female friends who are the same age as her, and they've known her for a very long time, and they are her support network. Female friends and a bunch of gay guys. Those are her real friends. And Monique, who looks upon her as a mother. Okay, so now I'm taking Karen out of the plate. Oh, okay. And a shell falls. Her marriage. Her marriage to her husband is in trouble. We shall look at that more carefully. But her marriage fell. It's not where it used to be, and because of the age difference. The 2 episodes that I watched, Karen talked about how he wants to retire and her life is just beginning. That right there is exactly what's going on. So, this is Karen's personality. This is Karen and what she wants to say to us. I've learned a few new techniques about reading. So you're gonna be seeing my fat stomach and my fat thighs a lot. Because my ancestors said if you stand up or you raise yourself, you'll be able to get an aerial view of this shit. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this in the coming months. Because you know what, guys? It actually works. So this is Karen. Karen's life is actually going downhill. The lady has no success coming to her. Whatever businesses she is planning, they're not going to make her a lot of money. They're not going to make her a lot of money. They're literally not going. They're going to make her money. She won't be broke, but she's not going to be rich over it. And in the end, she's going to lose it. So whatever businesses Karen is planning and whatever she is working on is going to come to an end without much of a profit. For a long time, Karen was just a housewife. She didn't work. She didn't do anything for herself. She relied on her husband. And then as she got older in life, she decided she didn't want to rely on her husband because he let her down. There was a time here when there was no money. No money, and she really felt it, and she felt it was her husband's fault. She blamed him for not taking care of her, because one of the reasons she married him was for him to financially take care of her. So Karen actually though will end up, she is eyeing money. She is saying she wants to be able to have enough money to live on when she's old. So the woman is not starting businesses to be bored. She's actually starting businesses because she needs to survive. But the businesses are not going well, people. They are not going well. They're gonna flop. We'll give it a year or so. They're gonna flop. She will still have saved money though, because Ray ain't stupid. I mean, right now she's not thinking much about her husband. Here he is. But he has money stashed away. He has a lot of money stashed away. And he's keeping a careful eye on his money. He'll never really be poor. And so he will carry her through no matter what. I believe her daughter is going to have a baby, because right here is a pregnant girl. I believe her daughter is going to have a baby. Once again, it comes up about Karen and her kids, okay? It's very fascinating. One of the kids Karen claims she gave birth to, she didn't. Let me just put it that way. This is a very kind woman, a very compassionate woman. And when I put my hand on these shells, I hear Monique's voice. I can't wait to do Monique, because something's up with her. Something is up with Monique. When I put the shells right here, I hear Monique talking about how wonderful Karen is, how caring, how giving of herself she is, right? So now I'm going to call Karen and her husband into the plate. Ray. Okay. Ray. 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 Ray worships the ground Karen walks on. He walked into the plate and he fell to his knees. One, because he's unwell. Okay. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just, One, because he's unwell. And two, because he knelt to do this to his wife. And she went to him. So in the metaphysical, they are still very strong. They are still very much in love. But in here, Ray is telling her that he's old now. He is tired. Oh, listen to this. He regrets marrying a younger woman. In the old days, it was a status symbol, and it made him feel good about himself because he wasn't a good looking man. But in old age, he just wants to retire. He wants to be behind the scenes. He wants to take it easy. He wants off Real Housewives of Potomac. He wants to be on a boat just fishing or something like that. And he said, that's what I worked hard for. But a younger wife wakes up around that time and she wants to do things for herself. So she's not lying on Real Housewives when she talks about her relationship with her husband. And this is the happy couple. As you can see, fell off again. There's going to be, the marriage fell off again. There's going to be some separation. Okay, there is going to be some separation between these two people. We just won't hear it. Separation is, they may live in different states. Yes. And it may already have happened because a shell fell. It's like someone is living in Florida. Who's living in Florida? Ray. And she's living in Washington, D.C. So he may just be there for the filming of Real Housewives, but he's not actually there. He bought her the house, but he doesn't actually live there. And it breaks his heart. So anyway, this is the couple's relationship reading. This is Karen. Oh my gosh, it's exactly like in the Metaphysical, you guys. This is Karen. She's got her back turned to her husband. This is her husband loving on Karen. There is a story here. And I'm going to say it. One of these kids is his alone. And there's the daughter. So the son. Okay. Now this story is even more interesting. Ray must have dated Karen's sister and had a child with her before he moved on to Karen. He says yes. Knew it. He agrees. He says yes. He says yes. He says, this is my son. So, like Karen claims her sister's son whom she had by him as hers. This is very interesting. Why would you bother? Something like she gave him up. Once again, guys, this is metaphysical science. Okay, metaphysical science. There is no physical scientific proof, but definitely the one son is on the side of they is, you know, he's saying he is not Karen's biological, right? And there's no love between him and her. Seriously, I'm shocked because I think I once watched Real Housewives of Potomac where they were together and I thought they looked alike and all that shit. I'm shocked. Ray claims he is his son, but he did have a relationship with her sister. And then there is the child they shared together, the girl. The girl is very much into her own life. She has her mother's personality. She doesn't love either of her parents, really. This soul does her own thing. But this soul, she's building her own life and she's looking elsewhere. So this is Karen right here, ignoring her husband and fighting for coin. She's literally fighting for coin. There was a time that these two people were extremely rich and the wealth is no longer there. Right. So this is Karen. She was supported by Ray, and she is still being supported by Ray. But she's trying very hard to do her own thing. She's very bitter. She thinks that the marriage took away her abilities to take care of herself. Don't be fooled, people. She's very attached to her husband, even though she's not paying any attention to him and she doesn't love him that much. She's very attached to her husband. Very attached. Okay, very attached. So they may be living separately right now, but this is not a marriage that's going to end in divorce. Okay, Karen and her relationship with Karen and the Real Housewives of Potomac career. Karen, tell me about your Real Housewives of Potomac career. Tell me about your Real Housewives of Potomac career. Tell me about your Real Housewives of Potomac career. Okay, tell me about it. Tell me about your career, girlfriend. Hit it out. Okay. Alrighty. So this is Karen's. Ooh. Real Housewives of Potomac has brought Karen a lot of good things in her life. In fact, she was depressed and on a downhill slide when she was offered Real Housewives of Potomac, and it helped stop her downward slide. It literally helped stop her downward slide. He gave her money that she didn't have, and now she's feeling pretty rich, but it's not enough money for her to be living alone in the society where she lives. Okay, it's not enough. I was just checking the shelves again from an aerial view. She says her husband is her rock. Basically, Karen really doesn't do anything by herself or doesn't want to do anything by herself. Her husband was the one who encouraged and pushed, and it was her husband's connections that puts Karen into Real Housewives of Potomac. So the good lady, no matter what she does, her trajectory is downhill, right? Real Housewives has been really good for her, but she loathes her castmates. And here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She feels overwhelmed by them. She feels they are in her business. She loathes them. No. Let me say this again. She loathes them. She hates them bitches. She hates them bitches so much, and it makes the work for her very difficult. And there are two bitches who absolutely adore her. Monique, she adores her. Who is this? I can't remember her name. Lord have mercy. Where am I? Let's have Google. Let's have Chrome. Alrighty. Oh, Lord. Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. She has two who really adore her. There is Monique. She adores her. Who is the other person? The other person, none of these names. Must have been an old castmate. Then there's another one who really adores them. Must have been an old castmate. This is Gizelle, who thinks she's really beautiful. This is Robyn, who actually doesn't like Gizelle. Gizelle loves Robyn very much here. She's loving on Robyn. She's talking to Robyn. But Robyn has her back turned to her. Robyn is paying attention to this person. Ashley. Interesting. And this is Candice staring at Robyn. Candice actually likes Robyn. Interesting. This one, I don't know. It was an old castmate. She's refusing to give me her name, so we won't know. But she loathes them. This is Karen, but she thinks she leads them. She thinks she's the boss. She thinks she's all that in a bag of chips. She really leads these women. She really does. Okay. 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 Is Real Housewives of Potomac good for you, Karen? Is it good for you, Karen? Is it good for you? She is not happy, and she's actually lost some things. She's going to lose some things because of Real Housewives. A business opportunity, she's going to lose it because she's on Real Housewives. And her experience there is depressing as hell. To Karen, Real Housewives of Potomac is a job. Okay, don't be fooled. The bitch is not thinking about anything else. This is a job. This is a job for her. And it's a long-term job. She's going to be on Real Housewives of Potomac for a long time because they actually love her. They love her very much. She is adored by those who work with her because she is such a lady. Now we're going to go to Gizelle and her pastor. Okay, let me get his name. Gizelle and Jamal. Okay, so blow, blow, blow. Gizelle. 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 You're going to be amazed. I am amazed. I am amazed. I truly am. Gizelle suffers from depression. She suffers from depression. She walked into the plate, all lovey-dovey, smiles. Oh my God, the world is good. Oh, look at the world is wonderful. And then she sat down and then she flopped. And then she looked up and her beautiful eyes are in tears. She says she hates her life. She never gets what she wants. Girl, join the club. I cannot even get a man. She says she cannot get what she wants. She always gets what wants her, but what wants her does not want her for long. She says, what's wrong with me? I'm a beautiful woman. I've got it together. And I can't even get a good enough family. I haven't had a real boyfriend since I divorced my husband. Really, girlfriend? You were showing us that dude. And some of us were envying you for having him. What are you saying? What are you saying? Do talk. We want to hear. Says he wasn't really her boyfriend. He was her friend. And he like friends with benefits. And that guy, the last guy, the one who just disappeared, he was friends with benefits, and she asked him to be her boyfriend so that she could hold on to her Bravo contract. This soul is saying, I'm always on my own. Even when I was married, I was on my own. It's so lonely. Get used to it, bitch. You get used to it. Okay. So now, let me take Gizelle out of the plate and she can tell us about herself. Ooh. Gizelle is actually heading into the best part of her life. Let me start with the great news. The best time of her life. She really is heading into the best time of her life. She's going to be having some good times. Okay? After going through massive depression. So sister girl, don't cry too much. After going through massive depression and a very controlling husband, he was all over her. Jamal was all over her and a bag of chips. Very controlling. And he pushed her life backwards because his life was more important. Why did she go back to him then? We'll soon find out. Then he knocked up some bitch. Right? And then she had no choice but to leave. I think she's already talked about that if she hasn't talked about it. Okay. Then, now, This is just funky to me. Ooh, okay. This, after she left this man, thank you. Okay, after she left this man and she moved on because he knocked up someone, right? She also got knocked up, or she was knocked up. Was it your husband? And she terminated. So she and the other woman got pregnant around the same time, and she terminated, and she's turned her back on that experience. But it is a raw, painful, depressing experience. These are her 3 daughters, okay, and the one that didn't make it, that didn't come into the world. And there was another one if she chose to have it. So Gizelle should have been a mother of 5. Even though she's gonna be having the time of her life, she's very responsible. Oh my God, this woman has a lot of responsibilities, especially when it comes to her kids. She's literally almost the sole provider. Jamal is not providing. I find that really fascinating. He's not providing. She's the sole provider. Gizelle is going to be some kind of spokeswoman. She is going to be talking and people are going to be listening. Gizelle is greatly loved. I don't know about the rates of Real Housewives of Potomac, but Gizelle is greatly loved. Karen wasn't loved, you know, but Gizelle is adored. People watch Gizelle. People adore her. Those who don't adore her are still in her sphere of influence, but they listen to her. Okay. Her biggest regret is the loss of her marriage. She really tried very hard to fit herself into who she was supposed to be, and she feels like she failed. Now let's go to her relationship, her new relationship with Jamal. It's somehow not feeling right to me, but that's just me. Okay. Gizelle. She is very depressed. It's even depressing a bitch. Okay. Jamal. And Jamal walks in with a train, an absolute train of women. Okay, no joke. An absolute train. 2 women, about 12 of them. They are behind him. And he's walking, and he walked into the place to Gizelle. And then they held hands, then they kissed each other on the cheek. They are not in a relationship. They're not in a relationship, guys. We're being played. Okay. Gizelle and Jamal, show me your relationship. Gizelle has to find a man every season to be with. This is what's coming out of the plate. These 2, I'll be so shocked if I cross the veil, if I cross them over the veil and they're in a relationship. These 2 are not in a relationship. They are good friends, and he is helping her out. He's not interested in her. He's not even her panties. He's not. But they are good friends. He is being a good friend. Let us see. This guy is an orator. When he talks, people listen to him, and he loves himself, and he says, yes. And I once did a reading on him on Instagram, and I saw how good he was between the sheets. And the number of women who are trotting behind him, claiming he is theirs, proves that the guy is good. Okay? So here he is. Their relationship. Like I said, there is no relationship. They are faking it. This is Jamal. He's very busy with his life. Jamal has got places to go, things to do, bitches to fuck. He is busy with his life. He is looking at the future. This is Gizelle chasing Jamal. This is Gizelle encroaching into Jamal's life. Okay, this is Gizelle encroaching into Jamal's life, asking him for a favor. This is fascinating, you guys. I never thought I'd see this, because Gizelle gives the image that she is highly independent, and her soul even said she is highly independent. But Jamal is pushing two lies. I need a man like that. He's pushing two lies. He's pushing Gizelle's life, and he's pushing his own life. Jamal has at least 2 children with 2 women whom he takes care of. Woman, child, woman, child. No. 2 children with 1 woman. And he is in a relationship with another woman. And he has relationships with other women. All together. Altogether, these are the women Jamal Bryant is with currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Currently. And one of them has 2 kids with him, 2 very young kids. And this man doesn't get love from women. He doesn't get love from women at all. There's literally only 1 woman who loves him on this board. The rest do not. But they keep coming for him. They hit on him. He is hit on more than he hits on. They keep coming for him. There's Gizelle coming for him. There's this group of women coming for him. There's that group of women coming for him. And he's not in love with any of them. And he doesn't give a fuck about any of them, including Gizelle. So there is no relationship here, guys. This relationship is a lie. Okay? It's a lie. Okay. I'm going to stop at, it's a lie. Gizelle, tell me about your career on Real Housewives of Potomac. Tell me about your friends on Real Housewives of Potomac. Tell me about your friends on Real Housewives of Potomac. Tell me about your friends. Tell me about your friends on Real Housewives. Tell me about your friends. She says she's got no friends except Robyn. She really adores Robyn. She says Robyn has been there through thick and thin. That's a real friendship, okay? And shells fall. 1 shell fell, but I know Gizelle is the fighter, right? And another shell fell. So Gizelle loses friends. She doesn't get them. She loses friends. She doesn't gain them. Gizelle is very much about the worth of the people in her life. I get you, girl. I totally understand that. Okay. She's very much about the worth of the people in her life. Okay. So this is Gizelle right here. She has her back on all the women in Real Housewives of Potomac. She is saying same shit happens all the time. Over and over and over again. That's some fuckery. And instead of making friends, she starts off real nice with someone, then they turn on her. She says the treachery, and it's about the money. They turn on her. So at one point, she wasn't befriending any Real Housewives at all. She was just doing her job because she needs the money. But she says there is competition for money. There is competition for money. And at the moment, one of them is drawing the most money. Who is this? You people are going to be shocked. Ashley. Ashley is paid the most. Ashley is dragging the most money. Her contract is the best. I'm shocked. Ashley bores me to tears. If it wasn't for her husband's shenanigans, I wouldn't watch it. Ashley Ashley's contract is the most lucrative. And therefore, this young lady here called Gizelle, she ain't about that. She's not enjoying it. Individually as a person, so she says she's out of the money, and the shells actually agree with her. She is out of the money. Gizelle is paid half of what she's worth. The money is going to Miss Ashley, and Miss Ashley guns for the money. Miss Ashley is a real businesswoman. This is Ashley right here. It's always shocking to me who can do what. Okay, so this is Karen. Karen doesn't give a fuck about Gizelle. In fact, they are never going to be friends again because Karen has found herself Monique, and she concentrates on Monique and no one else. She has several people who have turned their backs on her. Now, this is Robyn. And Robyn has her back. There's no love here. I agree with Gizelle. Gizelle is depressed because she's not connected to anyone, and she's doing it for the money. And she actually wishes she wasn't on Real Housewives of Potomac. She wishes she wasn't. Why? She says it has cost me a lot. Yes, I needed the money, but being so visible in a society where you shouldn't be so visible has cost me a lot. Yes, you and me both. So she feels like it's not worth it, but she feels like she has no friends on Real Housewives. Who's this? This is Ashley, we know. This is Karen. This is her friend Robyn. Candice. She really thinks Candice is beautiful. This is Candice. She really thinks Candice is beautiful, but she doesn't like Candice. And Candice doesn't like her. The feeling is mutual. They are not going to like each other. This is Wendy, the new one. And Wendy, oh! Who would have believed the 2 episodes that I watched, Wendy wasn't into Karen, but Wendy is sucking up to Karen. Wendy is all about Karen. Wendy is chasing down Karen. Shocking. Wendy is chasing down Karen, and Karen is becoming more amiable towards Wendy, but she's keeping her distance. She doesn't trust her. She doesn't trust her at all. Very interesting. But Wendy wants Karen because of something she wants from Ray. This makes sense. Something she wants from Ray. This is Karen. This is Ray is over here. Something she wants from Ray. And she can only get it by being friends with Karen. Basically, Wendy is trying to get something from Ray. Something financial. It's all... money, something financial that only Ray can provide. And the only way Wendy can get to it is through Karen. This is the first time Wendy is appearing on the board. Okay. So now we know how this lady feels about her castmates. Okay. Regardless though, she is extremely popular. Extremely popular. Okay. So now we go to, I want to do like 40 minutes of each. So hold on. Who have I done? 3 people each. So we've done Gizelle. We've done Karen. So I'm going to do Robyn and Juan. Okay. That relationship irks my soul. Okay. Because the woman loves the man so much and he takes her for granted. That's why. Okay. Robyn. Robyn has spent her life trying to prove that she is black. She has really fought her way through things trying to prove that she is black. You will find she does a lot of what she considers black stuff in her house. Okay. She is very much in an identity crisis of a lifetime. Okay. She doesn't quite look who she says she is. And it upsets her. It's, it just does a number on her ass. Her love for one is everything to her. She loves one more than she loves her kids. One is everything. She is focused on one. Exactly as we see it. That's how it is. He doesn't love her though. But that's exactly as we see it. She is focused on one. She's really sweet. Quiet. She really thinks colorism is unfair. She feels guilty for being so light-skinned. She's very political. That's amazing. That shocks me. Very political. But she doesn't love anyone except one. She says she has no friends. So she doesn't see Robyn as a friend, but we've been seeing this all along, right? It's nothing new. She doesn't see Robyn as a friend, but Robyn adores her. She says Robyn is high maintenance. I'd rather be with one. Oh God. Okay. So this is Robyn. Robyn is also kind of popular, but she is not into her fans or the people who are into her. She ignores them. She ignores them a great deal. Now, this shocks me. I'm shocked. Okay. These are her two sons, and this is one. And they've been living a life going in circles. What shocks me is that the shell that is one is saying that he's in love with Robyn. But Robyn, the shell that is Robyn, says, oh, no, I ain't got time for you, one. I ain't got time. So this is what we don't know. Okay. One has a baby mama right here. One has a child and has a child with another woman, and the relationship has gone to the dogs. It went to the dogs a very long time ago. But one still provides some form of support for her and the child. There's no like a relationship, but there you go, another family that he has. So he has this family with Robyn, and he has this her. She says she shows such devotion to one just for TV. She says, what? I'm not going to be like Gizelle and look for a man every season. I'm just going to keep the one I have and create a storyline out of it. So are you saying that your storyline is a lie? She says, yes. She says, I could have married him a long time ago. Again, I just didn't want to. But what kind of story would we have? No story. People need to be entertained, and TV is entertainment. So there was a time, oh my goodness. So now we know why they divorced the first time. This is, you can't see, but I can. This is Robyn. This is the other woman who had a baby. This is one. So the coming of this child ruined this marriage. And then they both felt very trapped in it. Robyn more than one, because now we know that one actually loves Robyn more than Robyn loves one. You know what I just said, but the shells have disputed that. So this couple, they felt trapped in this marriage, but Robyn more than one. And it was Robyn who wanted out after he did his shenanigans with this woman who had a child, like a daughter. So that's why their relationship died. Oh, she's saying he provided for her and we went broke. After that, I had no interest. This is shocking. They talk about how they have sex all the time. But, in my culture, they say people who talk too much about their relationships, it really means it means that they don't really have a relationship. Robyn, tell me about your friends in Real Housewives. Robyn, tell me about your friends in Real Housewives. Robyn, tell me about your friends in Real Housewives. Okay, so Robyn has no friends. She really believes that Gizelle doesn't like her. That's interesting. She really believes Gizelle doesn't like her. And they've been together for a very long time, but she really knows that she doesn't love Gizelle. She doesn't hate her, but she doesn't love Gizelle. But in general, Robyn is pretty cool with the women on Real Housewives. See, she's pretty cool. Not at first when she began her career, but now she's pretty cool, you guys. She's pretty cool with it. She doesn't love any of them. She doesn't care for any of them. And she blocks them out of her personal life when they are not filming, with the exception of Gizelle. She blocks the rest. Interesting. Okay. So how is it? Tell me about your career. Tell me about your career. Tell me about your career. She is really annoyed by Candace. See? Oh, a shell fell. So she used to struggle a lot in her career, and there was a time they thought of axing her. She literally was living on the edge. She was never sure whether they will renew the contract or not, and she lived on the edge for a very long time. And what fell was money, a money shell, which means that they keep her because they don't pay her as much as they pay others. But she says the visibility alone is wonderful. She likes Ashley. See this? She really likes Ashley. This is Ashley on her board. That's so weird. Who knew? She really likes Ashley. She is about Ashley. She is about Ashley, and she likes her. They talk. They may not talk a lot, but they talk. In general, this woman is miserable in Real Housewives. She is extremely miserable. She doesn't know what the fuck to do. She wants out, but she can't. What makes you miserable, girlfriend? She says the people are not authentic and they tell lies. At first, though, she was so excited and so happy to be in it, right? But it quickly turned, and she quickly started disliking it. Now she's comfortable. She's earning her money, and she's pulling herself up from the dregs of poverty. She's doing okay. She's doing okay. Okay. So I'm gonna start Ashley and Michael, and I will end it in the next video next week. Okay. Blow, blow, blow. Ashley. 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 Ooh. The boss lady walks into the place. This is a very strong soul. Step aside, Karen Huger. This is a very strong soul who hides her strength. She will do anything and everything for money. And she says, hell yeah, I've done anything and everything for money. I've been poor. Once you've been poor, you know that you got to do what you got to do. And I will do it. And I have done it. She's very hard. Shocking. She's extremely hard, you guys. She has a very hard interior. She is unmoved, very stubborn, very unpleasant. Very unpleasant. Very, very strong. Ugh, okay. Very unpleasant, but for business, she is the one you need by your side when you are doing business. She says, I gotta couch it in femininity and weakness. How else can I do it? Okay. So Ashley, this is her character analysis. Okay, Ashley is gonna lose some things. And actually, her life is going backwards instead of forwards. That's very interesting. She did great upward mobility. She did great upward mobility. Now she's doing great downward mobility, and she's right in the middle. She says, because of Michael. Michael is letting me down. We had a deal, and he is letting me down. She always knew Michael liked men. She always knew that Michael, hangs that way. There is going to be another pregnancy for Ashley. She's going to have another child. She has one child right now. She's going to have another one right here. She's going to be a mother again. She's angry with her husband for getting caught. She knows about his shenanigans and she hides them and she pretends she doesn't know. And he doesn't keep them a secret from her. But she doesn't want the world to know, right? Because it affects her dollar and her status. So she's angry with him, and she says he's the one who's taking her down after she had come from the dregs of poverty and pushed herself forward. So I'm going to continue this reading in the next video next week. Don't hate a bitch, okay? Do not hate a bitch, okay? There are a lot of characters here, and I don't want to ever upload a video that is over 1 hour. So thank you so much for joining me this week. It is a good day, and I am totally enjoying it. And I wish you all a great week. I wish you all some sunshine. Coronavirus has metaphysically brought us something that is dimming the light. Metaphysically, it's dimming the light. We are just in a darker period of humanity. And if you are thinking that things will ever go back to normal, they are not going to go back to normal. So like me, I'm finding my happiness while I'm in struggle. You should find your happiness too while you're in struggle. Finally, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Be the best you can be with what you have to work with. You can only be proud afterwards. Okay? See you next week.